Hello, everybody. I am Dr. Cynthia Smith. This is the Intuitive Hypnotherapy Podcast. And today I'm going to do a meditation on becoming a radical optimist. What does that mean? What does that sound like? Well, that's a term I came up with several years ago. You probably heard it on my uh, episode in late 2022, early 2023. But it's a term I've been using for myself in my work because I talk to people, and in my profile for hypnotherapy, I talk about operating from validation, being an optimist. But operating from validation is more encompassing than that. It's an idea of being at a vibration where you see the good in people and you operate from that. You see the good, the light, the joy, the spirit having a human experience, and you start there. And then in the work, we build upon that. Me, help you align with those beautiful parts of you that already exist and help you expand upon that, help you align with what's already fabulous about you. I see you as a spirit having a human experience, and my truth is that we are all created from that which created everything. We are all created from pure love, pure light, and deserving of all good things. I call this lovingly the Tao of Cynthia. Yes, one day it'll be a book, along with my others that are still up here. And how I came up with radical as optimist is because I've typically been a bit of an out of the box thinker. And I've also not always been quite optimistic. When I was looking for work and I signed up for, this was early in my chiropractic career, so early 90s, mid 90s. And I applied for a depression study, true story. And I was cut from the depression study because I had hope. True story. And even with the past couple of years that I had with my injuries and my brush with depression and weight gain and, pivoting careers from a chiropractor, doing a lot of physical medicine into the hypnosis, hypnotherapy, and acupuncture, more esoteric medicine, but it's also kinder on my body. That was a challenge. And, I'm still working through part of the physical effects of that challenge. Frankly, part of the mental effects from that challenge too. But even my psychiatrist, I met with her early this week or last week, and she remarked, she says, "This is what I love about you." She said, "Even when I saw you at your darkest, in 2023, she said, you always had hope. You always were looking for solutions. You were always looking up." And she said to me something that I say to my clients and my patients after they've recovered or gotten better or, are having some success. And I was like, "I'm so proud of you." And she said that to me. And I was like, "Thank you." Like, I liked being on the receiving end of making somebody proud with my own growth. And yeah, and I'm a little teary thinking about it. And it was quite genuine and quite heartfelt, and I still need a little help. I take my Chinese herbs and I eat my greens and I do all the detoxy things. But I still take a low dose antidepressant, because it's a lot of work, being an elder statesman and starting a new business or restarting a business, rebuilding, rebranding, and yet helping people on the deepest levels is so joyous. I get bummed if somebody doesn't continue care with me because I'm such an out of control healer. I'm like, "Oh, I can help you if you just stick around." Which is part of the reason I do this podcast. This is free content, so that you can have some healings with my unique spin and my voice and my radical optimism. And so being a radical in the cool way, is something that came to me, in meditation, and being radically optimistic. I know that it's just ingrained in me now. It's in my wiring of my brain. I look at somebody, I went to an office to get, to medical office to exchange some parts for my CPAP. Uh, yes, love my assisted breathing device for nights. It's amazing. But I'm a pretty princess, and I have to have a very low profile mask, and they sent the wrong one, so I had to go exchange it. But anywho, a woman came through and she had this beautiful dress on, and just instinctively I go, what a beautiful dress. And that's how I am. I was at the dog park. It's just a regular park, and there were some kids practicing flag football, and there was this little boy, and he caught this over the shoulder pass, and he must be, I don't know, 7 or 8, I'm guessing. And he caught it and he was running in my direction. We locked eyes and I was like, nice pass or nice catch. And it's just instinctive, right? If I see something beautiful, I will say something. Sometimes to the chagrin of my daughter. But it all comes from a place of sincerity and love and joy, and a place where I'm like, I see something beautiful in you and I will validate you. That's the intent. That's the intent. The intent is to validate. And so as a radical optimist, that's simply how my brain works. I look at a hawk flying over the back bay, and I'm just inspired by the beauty of it just floating on the air. And then yesterday when I was driving to get my CPAP, I saw one land. You hardly ever see one land. And it's this extraordinary bird, and his muscular legs and his wingspan, and I don't know, he was probably 10 feet or so away from me, on the side as I was in my car. And I was taken aback. It was just so beautiful. In the nanosecond that I looked, I am a safe driver. But had I been walking and seen that, I would have said, you are beautiful. So being a radical optimist also bleeds into how we function through things. For example, last week and some into this week, I had a bunch of cancellations, bunch of reschedules, and which is why I have time to record this episode. But I was like, okay, I just don't get as bummed about those things. My mind almost instantly switches to solution. Like, okay, so what could I do differently? I could put some more content out. I can write some more stuff for my website. I can do some more posts on the Google. And, but it happens instantly. I'm like, okay, it's going to be a lighter schedule. Oh, I can get some stuff done. Right. It's that, instead of, thinking about doom and gloom and holy shit, how am I going to pay rent and on like this? And you can do this too. It takes practice, but you can rewire your brain. You can see things that are happening. And it doesn't mean that you're numb or you're zombified. And I just made that up. And you don't react or don't overreact sometimes. No, not at all. I can shake my fist at someone, just as quickly as anyone else. But I'm just not very reactive. I'm not as critical as I used to be to myself or others. I can see sometimes beauty in people that they don't see in themselves. Actually, I can see that a lot. I work with a lot of people that at least part of their struggle is an issue with self-image, self-esteem, self-worth. And I see the spirit having a human experience, and I invite them to connect with the God of their heart, inviting you to connect with the God of your heart, whomever that is. I believe in a higher power. I believe in something that connects us all. And I believe that you can propagate that sense of calm, that sense of optimism, that sense of hope. I believe that you can create that and generate that and make that part of your DNA if you put in the work, if you put in some practice, if you have ears for the knowledge, the idea that there is light. I will share one more story and then we'll jump in. And that is, I did one surf lesson in my life. I live here in California since 2010. I've done one surf lesson. I want to do more. I will. But in the moment, can't do the pop-up yet, although I work on it. Anyway, so I did one and I realized when the fella said he's going to push me off the board so that I could learn to how to find the board when you fall off, because that's part of surfing. You get up on the board, you fall off the board, get up on the board. Maybe you skate along the waves a little bit upright, yay, and then you fall off the board. That's surfing. And so I realized that when I fell off the board and I was panicking, floundering around, that I had drowned in one or more past lives and needed to work through that before I was ready to try another lesson. But what this individual did teach me, and I've held on to this ever since, he said, when you fall off the board, and you will, and this is a metaphor for life, when you fall off the board, always look up. Look for the board, because that is going to, they float, and that's the water, and that's the air. That's how you're going to get out. Look up. Look for the board. So I use that story, and I invite you to do the same. When you're in trouble, when you're having a stress, when life is treating you unkind, when your world has collapsed. Look up. Look up. That's where the sunlight is. That's where the daylight is. That's where your surfboard is, which is right your way out, your way to the surface, your way to oxygen, the way to heal, to recover, to get to shore. So, with that being said, let's take a short commercial break and let's jump in. So, get something comfortable, get to someplace comfortable to sit and or lie down, and we'll be back in just a moment. Thank you very much. Welcome back. All right, everybody, find your comfy seat, or if you're laying down, do that. And please close your eyes. And as we get started, what I invite you to do while you're closing your eyes is to smile. Just put a big old grin on your face. And as you take a deep breath and let it go, know that by curving the edges of your mouth upwards, that changes your physiology. So you can be in your hopefulness and your optimism simply by changing the direction of your mouth to upwards. As you take another deep breath in and let it go. One last one, this one, the biggest of the day. Big, big breath. Expand your rib cage, stretch the diaphragm. And as you exhale, all the way out, 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 out. And one last time, deep breath in. And out you go. And as you return to normal breathing, allow your body to get heavy. Allow your body to just sink into the chair. As you breathe in, expand your belly and out. And continue to do that. Expand your belly and breathe out. And be a point of light in the center of your head. Be a point of light, the light in your own lighthouse, in the center of your head, as if you're looking at the world from behind closed eyes. This is your mind's eye, if you will. See things in your mind. As a point of light, imagine that you're in your bubble, your energy field, your light field. It's about 3 feet around you in all directions. And it's around you all the time, whether you pay attention to it or not. Right? Your energy field, your personal space. And allow yourself to be in your bubble in the center of your head. And then create a grounding cord, a tube of light that connects you to the center of the earth. Center of your head, bubble and grounding cord. These are your primary psychic tools. And understand you cannot do this wrong. You just imagine it and do it. And there you go. In the center of your head, choose a color for your bubble. A color that feels good, that feels comfortable on your body today. And you might play around with a couple of different colors. See what feels good on your body. And as you allow yourself to choose a color that feels good, allow that color to just seep into your body, helping you feel good and safe, comfortable. And in your mind's eye, any energies that you're ready to let go of. Other people's energy that you've been holding, other people's stories, worries about this or that, or information you've been holding in your body, programs, anything you're ready to let go of. You can imagine that it just floats out of your bubble, or you can drop it down your grounding cord. And imagine that your bubble now feels more spacious, lighter, brighter. As you expand your bubble, allowing yourself to feel safe and joyous. And imagine in your mind's eye, you can look up. Look up into the cosmos. Imagine connecting with spirit, the supreme being, the creator, God, the universe, love, whatever language works in your universe. Imagine that by looking up, you can see, you can feel, you can appreciate the God of your heart, whatever that looks like. And imagine little tendrils of starlight come twinkling down into your space, cosmic energy, if you will, filling in the top of your head, your crown chakra, and filling in your whole body. As you allow yourself to fill with cosmic energy, appreciate that cosmic energy is that same energy which created everything. Created the stars, created the Milky Way, created the giant sequoias, a basking shark, diamonds, and that you are created from the same stuff which created everything. As you allow yourself to connect with the God of your heart and let some of that love just filter into your body, seeping in, connecting, filling in. That is pure love. That is pure light. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, but it can be transformed. You can take pain in your heart and transform it into love. You can take betrayal and transform it into hope. You can change discomfort into ease. You get the point. As you allow yourself to fill in with God energy, energy from the Creator, energy from the universe. Just imagine it filtering in the top of your head, filling in all parts of your body. I like to imagine that it's gold and glittery. If you've ever seen a Disney movie, you know, when they do the twinkling lights, the swirl of energy, something like that. And you can allow it to fill in spaces where you hurt in your physical body or have discomfort or an injury or an illness. You can have that energy fill in your chakras, your energy centers. You can imagine that energy fills in your fine lines, turning back the clock, making you look younger. You can imagine that energy filling in your body and healing what needs to be healed. like a heat-seeking missile. Invite the wisdom of the universe to heal you, heal yourself, heal your body. You can imagine that that energy is coming into the top of your head, coming into your brain, healing your own brain, your cerebrum, all the lobes, healing your cerebellum, clearing out plaque, creating balance between the two sides. I did something very similar to this when I went back to school as a grown-up. I hadn't been in school in 20 years, and I still graduated near the top of my class. Pretty good. Passed the acupuncture boards on the first try. I believe in miracles, and miracles start here. As you continue to bring in this energy, filling in your body, filling in any spot that needs healing, feeling in your consciousness. If you're having trouble manifesting, fill in the energy of manifestation. You can slap any tag on this energy you want. You can slap prosperity on this energy. So you're bringing in source energy with an added boost of prosperity. Bring that into your body, into your life. What if you're working on your sense of self-worth? What if you bring in self-esteem energy, filling your self-worth all the way down to your toes? Maybe you want to attract love. You fill in with more love, loving, lovable, beloved. Maybe you just want to fill in with hope. As many of you know, I've changed the language of be the change you want to see in the world to be the blank you want to see in the world. So you can be the joy you want to see in the world. Assign joy to your cosmic energy. Assign peace, happiness, body level healing. Draw in whatever energy you want and let it fill you up. Imagine that it absolutely reboots you down to your very DNA. Just imagine that it's so. Just pretend. And as you draw in this energy of hope and healing, joy, intend that you are changing for the better, the very best version of you. As you allow yourself to just be in this wonderful energy, this bubble of love, know that you can do this anytime. You can do this in a moment, in a breath. That which you want wants you back. You can create anything, starting with you, starting with your vibration. As you know, I don't say raise your vibration. I say remember your vibration, because you were always and already created from pure love, pure light, and all good things. As you take one last deep, deep breath in, open your eyes, stretch, smile, know that you are love incarnate, and you can be your own radical optimist. Radical optimist. Yeah. I am Cynthia Smith, hypnotherapist, acupuncturist, retired chiropractor, psychic, clairvoyant reader and healer, and overall do-gooder. This is the Intuitive Hypnotherapy Podcast. Please like and subscribe. If you feel like giving me a 5-star, that would be awesome. Share with your friends. And if you're looking for a session, you want some one-on-one care, hello at drcynthiasmith.com. Bye now.